to it like halfway into a conversation and then double back, you know what I'm saying, do the intro.
And
But like
man,
no, on the real,
yeah,
like what we saying real quick is like it doesn't matter in R&B whether it's one writer or there's 24, right? To us as hip hop purists and lyricists and shit, it matters. But we not R&B niggas. So we can't really, even though I was the one who said, yo, what y'all think about this? Blah blah blah. We can't really speak on it to the depth of like I said, if a nigga like Conway or a nigga like Royce or a nigga like Ransom, if any of them three that I just named came out and said, yo, or not even came out, if we read the liner notes and shit and we seen that there was 24 people that wrote those bars, we would never want to hear nothing else from them again, right? But it's because of what
true.
hip hop is, what hip hop represents. Like hip hop represents you. Like when you doing the struggle shit. I'm not talking about like I'm not even talking like the Drake type shit where you can get into like the Quentin Millers and all that. I'm talking the real lyricist, the real, yo, when I'm putting out, this is me. It might be a little bit of embellishment, but this is what I represent.
And you got
So
to think about this too. You got to look at the machine that be behind her. She have a different type of machine behind her.
because it's
They
R
gonna
and
protect
B.
that bag. They gonna protect that bag at all costs. They gonna make sure that like the projects that you put out is a hit. Yeah,
Facts, because like back to the basis, it's R&B. So you can get away with a lot of the, yo, I didn't write this, but did you hear how I performed it? Like that's literally
yeah.
what Nia was
She's like
speaking
a
to the
Tina
other day on
Turner
the
to
Joe
me.
Budden shit. Yeah, definitely. And we know it's just like the Drake shit. Yeah, Drake got help with the Quentin Miller. Quentin Miller did songs, this, that, and the third. Somebody else did this, but Drake also writes himself. So you can't discount what Beyonce contributes, but you have to we can't look at it from a hip hop brain and be like, yo, 24 people, blah, blah. Nah, it don't matter. But if it was hip hop, now it matters.
Let me
R&B,
ask
whether
this
it's male or
question.
female, do what y'all got to do. I don't care how many, you know what I'm saying? Just sing your heart out. Hip hop
How
niggas,
did the
no, if you
song
bust a
actually
gun, I need
sound?
to know you bust a gun.
Like how did the song actually sound? Like in your opinion.
Oh, that particular joint that we were really referring to, for what it is, it's cool. But I'm from Philly. We got that Baltimore house, that Jersey techno, that Philly techno, that Euro, you know what I'm saying? Put the glow stick shit in your mouth. Like we do that. We do the dance music along with the hip hop shit. This is dance music craze right now that you know what I'm saying the young Philly niggas is doing. So I fuck with the album, I fuck with that song, but I see where people was coming from. I see where police was coming from when she, you know what I'm saying, talked about what she talked about and did what she had to do as far as getting her respect or what she thought was getting her respect. So you just gotta, I don't know, man. This music shit is tricky nowadays in 2020, whatever. It don't even matter what the year is now. Like it's just tricky out here.
But can't lie, I do not agree with it. Like I don't think you need
Go,
24 writers to create a
go, sis.
song because like
Go.
yo, like even if they write a ball piece, that's a verse in the 8 ball hook.
Frank, a nigga come in the studio and be like, yo, I say, yo, motherfucker be like, yo, that shit sound crazy right there. Yo, run it back. Now he got a credit. And I don't really think there's nothing wrong with it because in the long run, that's going to help out whoever said that piece, right? Who
True.
cares? You know what I'm saying?
But I ain't gonna lie, like you do get credit for like just being just saying the right stuff. So like, yeah, who's
Facts.
to say that it was 24 writers? But let's say this. If it was 24 credited writers, that's something different. You see what I'm saying? Like if it was 24 motherfuckers who like, nah, nigga, I wrote this. Nah, like, yo, King, I wrote this. Like this is yada yada yada. Okay, cool. There's nothing you can say about that. I can't fight that
But I also think like Beyonce and the whole team that's behind her, whether it's her regime or Jay Z's
Facts,
regime
Tiff.
or both coming together,
Facts.
they know what it is. Like, so exactly what you're saying, I hear you, but they way more professional than that. So if it's 24 writers that's being credited like that where we can see it, I think with them, there's 24 writers that literally is about to get paid, no matter what the pay scale is. And that's why I don't agree with what Khalees did, because Khalees literally got herself taken off of that fucking album. You could have worked out some points. You could have worked out some percentages. You could have worked out whatever.
She
But
wasn't
now,
consulted though. She wasn't consulted. So
no, no, no,
no,
no, no, no. So I'm not disputing that. I feel you. But the way you went about it, now there is nothing to get. You know what I'm saying? You could have said what you said in a different. You know what? Nah, fuck that. Say what you say, but at the same time, build that bridge up that you were burning down. And it's a weird way for me to say it, and I don't know if I'm conveying it right. But there's a way that she could have went about it where I feel you, Khalees, but at the same time, on the back end, Khalees is securing a deal now where it's like, okay, yeah, y'all fucked up, but all right, this how we gonna fix it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to get at. But now you've literally gotten removed from this project that's going to do dumbass numbers.
I don't think she was. I don't think that was her goal though, dog. Like
It wasn't. No, that's not
everybody's
what I'm saying. I'm
mission.
not
No, I know.
speaking
I
for
know.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I don't think. Well, that's what I'm saying from my perspective. I don't think her goal was to get the bag. It's more so of along the lines of, again, going back to the 24 riders. See, we, not us here. I'm just saying, generally speaking, when we see popular artists, we kind of like give them passes for things. Like, and I'm not saying just her,
Oh, y'all know I'm
because
not one of them.
if you look at like I was looking on Twitter today, looking at some of the stuff. You go back in time, yeah, you did have people writing songs. Smokey Robinson was one of those people. He was an excellent writer. But you have people like James Brown, you know what I'm saying, at those walks of the world, there wasn't no like sampling. It's their music, it's them, you know what I'm saying, they're writing, they're putting forth that effort. So it's you're the total package. So not only are you writing your songs, you performing your songs, you recording those songs, so that's your voice. So that's a lot that goes into it, which is why they were viewed and revered so highly. And the reason why our genre is going through the troubles that it's going through is because, in conjunction with the sample, it's like, we already know that when we didn't have instruments in the house, so we had
Hey
to
Frank,
use like,
I'm not gonna let Joe say no more shit about sampling than about two more words of sampling,
oh
my
no,
brother.
no, hold on, no, let me get to the
You
point.
know you my man,
No,
but
no, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. That's why I said, let me get to the point. So
look,
of
Frank like,
course
yeah, nigga.
we didn't have access to instruments and stuff like that, so we used it. And I'm not knocking that. This is going, like I said, I'm talking about on the writer standpoint. This is going to the writer performance standpoint. You got 24 people helping you write a song. You got anything more than 4 or 5 people writing a song, that shit ain't got no choice but to be a hit. You got different people's opinions, different
Mm.
people's input, but overall, you're the performer. You're the performer. So it's like,
And that's the
it's,
basis of R&B. You're the performer, not the
but wait,
writer.
no. R&B isn't to perform, because you have the audio, you hearing the track. You want to hear the talent. This is why they're taking people with not much skill, applying auto tune to it, and now you putting the rocket pack on them, and they on the top. They on top. Anybody like, because think about it, where did most of our real singers come from back in the G? Church.
All right, so let's just make everybody know we're not talking about Beyonce anymore. We're talking about I guess overall music, because we know Beyonce is an incredible performer, singer, songwriter, all of that shit. Like she the
Yeah, we
birth
just overall.
what Haley and Chloe, you know what I'm saying? So we know what she doing. So we have taken this topic off of Beyonce. You know what I mean? Let's just make that shit clear. We don't want the beehive on it, so we just trying to get started with the pie. You know what I mean?
Oh, they, man, they're gonna
Yeah,
be on
good.
this
They would
interview.
suppress the shit out of us. Can't go.
Mhm.
So my son is
Khalees
coming
didn't
home from
want
my dog
herself on
tripping
that
right now.
album. She could have, but she wasn't told. She was insulted. She didn't owe none of them anything. And see, my point for that part is like, from popular people taking from less popular people, and that always happens. Popular people
Ah, but
steal from
Khalees,
less
man,
popular
Khalees
people.
is a pioneer though. On some like the people that know. I'm not gonna say like she's a household name, but people that know. Hold on, real quick. My dog tripping. But like, and that's what I'm saying. I understand what Khalees is saying, but at the same time, being a producer, right? So of course, Beyonce gets the overall say so on whatever whatever beats get selected, right? But Beyonce not necessarily, is sitting down behind the boards and really knows every intricate piece. And she's smart enough, and I'm not taking nothing away from her. But what if she was just in a vibe, right? And didn't really, she heard the vocal Khalees sample, because a lot of people thought they was talking about the beat. But as a producer, I'm like, yo, they're not talking about the beat. They're talking about this Khalees sample that you can tell is, you know what I'm saying, from one of her joints. It's just the way that they sequenced it in the track, right? But what if Beyonce was just in a fucking vibe where she hears it, but she don't hear it? Because we all been there where we just zoning and we done locked in on something in this beat, and now we done went off on a tangent in our own right. So I understand Khaleesi's standpoint because it's like, yo, that's my voice, and I know the stigma out here is I don't own anything, but fuck that. I wrote this. I just got screwed out or whatever. You know, and I'm playing devil's advocate on both sides. But now Beyonce is like, all right, yo, you know what I'm saying? Damn, we might have fucked up on this one. I feel you. I know you. You know, so to make it right, I'm gonna just take this whole shit off. That's why I say Khalees kind of fucked herself out of still being on the album, because yes, you still can get your point across and let people know it wasn't about the back end or the money. It was about the principle, the principalities on that big worm shit. But at the same time, you can still catch that back end just off the humble, off of the graciousness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. If that was the ultimate goal, because see, that's what I'm saying. She probably
But that's what I'm
taking it.
saying. It wasn't. But you
She's
can do
looking at it
both.
from a standpoint of you sampled it. I wasn't included because, like you said, for okay, that was about Pharrell, but Khalees called him out when Neptune's produced an album. But you have a responsibility as an artist. She knew that was Khalees. Everybody knows the la la la. So well, I see that point, but a lot of people from like the year, a lot of Gen Z kids, I don't know
But
if they
only
probably
those
hip
that
to that.
know,
Yeah, I
because a
don't think
lot
they
of
probably. That's
people,
probably more
like,
millennials, but that's her
if you look
audience.
on social media, Joe, if you look on social media, everybody was like, yo, I don't hear it. Yo, she tripping. Yo, blah, blah, blah. But if you in tune like me, you, and Frank is, and we know music, we know samples, we know vocals, we know the intricacies of making and creating music. I'm telling people on social media all day, yo, y'all listening to the beat. That's not what Khalees is talking about. She don't give a fuck about what instruments you use. She's talking about her fucking vocals. That's a whole separate track. So just off top, the consumer got it all the way fucked up because they don't hear what we hear. They don't hear what Khalees hears. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm on her side, but I'm also on the side of Beyonce didn't make the fucking beat. You got to take that shit literally up with the producer and the people that cleared it. You know what I mean? So it's a double-edged sword right now. But the consumer is listening to it wrong. They're listening to the beat and being like, oh, you got to slow it down, reverse it. No, you can do all of that shit. Whatever you want to do to the actual instruments, it's not going to matter. You're not going to hear what Khalees is hearing because she's talking about her vocals. That's a whole separate layer in the beat. You know what I mean? You can mute every other instrument out, and Khalees is literally focused on, yo, that's my fucking voice.
But the angle, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why she really mad. That's a bag. Anything that
It's the
Beyonce
principle,
touch,
dog.
it's I understand it's the principle, but like that's a bag. Like man, what I was watching, man, I was watching fucking Shaka Khan talk about Kanye West, and she said that she
Through the
ain't like
wire.
that. That yeah, through the wire, she ain't like that. He fucked it
Yep.
up. And she said she
But
had
did
a
he?
conversation with Curtis Mayfield. No, she had a conversation with Curtis Mayfield. And he was like, yeah, you heard what they did my song? I made money off of that. I'm not worrying
Fact.
about that. Like, I made money. That brought me to another level. So it's
Because
like you
nobody
have some
compares those
people
two
who don't
songs.
worry about it. Right. Like you have some people who don't worry about it, they worry about the bag. And then you have some people like, nah, it's the principle. And I feel like my song was untouchable and don't touch my lyrics and you didn't come
Nigga, that's fucking
consult me and
that's Frankie Beverly and Maze, the joint that Beyonce redid. You know what I'm saying? I felt the same way. Beyonce, why you doing the Frankie
even though
Beverly
she
joint?
stole a
Frankie
New
Beverly,
Orleans song, but we're not gonna say
nigga,
nothing about that.
dog, dog. We could talk about it, you know, because you remember when that shit came out, you schooled me to like with the big Frida and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't hip. but that song spurred so many conversations. But at the same time, it was like, yo, Frankie Beverly and Maze still alive and kicking. Why you had to redo this? Like, this the classic. This like Rob Bass and Easy Rock. It takes two. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some shit. Like, you can't
But
redo the
I ain't gonna lie.
motherfucking the cha cha slide. Like, we not trying to hear that.
She have a excuse me. Who's that? She have a vision when it comes to this shit. And for the most part, everything she touched and everything she put out has been going platinum. So like she know what she doing.
She a crazy performer, bro. You can't take nothing away from Beyonce, no matter what
And
anybody say, no
she's the
matter who
next
come
Tina
at
Turner.
her. Yeah, she dog. She is the this whatever generation you want to say she is. She's that generation's Tina Turner, bro, all the way.
I ain't
So
gonna
it's
lie,
just
she
like
is a
certain
thief.
shit, man. Like, come on. But
I
again,
agree.
I
I
feel
agree
both
one
sides.
poet. True.
Nah, no, you're right. She's definitely not hurting for money.
Yeah, and some it's like I said, sometimes that bag to the bag, everybody take or two. I ain't gonna say everybody, but when you have a huge number of people chasing and seeking the bag, that's how we get to position we're in now, where you can't even put music, you can't even play it in your background when you post anything. You got to put I don't own the rights, or you got to give credit and stuff like that, because everybody wants a piece of the pie, and that's understandable. But now look at the expense of what it's come to. We get flagged for playing our own shit. So everybody want the bag, the bag, the bag, the bag, the bag, the bag, the bag. So it's like we have to be able to like compartmentalize and put things in a perspective. Like I believe two things can be true. Is Beyonce an excellent performer? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But why I ain't gonna
One of
say
the
why, because
greatest.
I ain't gonna say it she is, but it seems to be that she is the standard. And it's like if like going back to the Twitter post, the woman who was took part in writing or playing a part on that album, she asked, is having 24 writers okay? And the woman just got attacked for simply asking a question. And so you're like, I can't even ask like because it's her. Just like you spoke before we got on mental. I think we did start recording around that time. If
Yeah,
a lot
word.
of times we look at the who, we look at the crime, and then we based on who it is determines how we gonna answer, how we gonna feel about it.
Yeah.
And I kind of see I've been seeing this a lot in society. If you are liked in society, you could damn near get away with murder, and you gonna have people that's gonna justify and defend you. Don't be liked. You could feed, you could cure homeless, you could cure cancer. The people that don't like you will never see you in a positive light ever. So like when you take somebody like a Drake, when it was exposed that he didn't write his own music, people took his side of like, oh man, well shit, it don't really matter, bro. Y'all clowning Meek Mill, and that was the whole Meek Mill. That was the basis of his point right there.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
want to
really
talk,
think
yeah,
that
man.
was the moment that Drake got classified a R&B nigga so he could get away with that. I think that was that moment that we all just like everybody just said, well, he an R&B nigga anyway, which gave him room to say you getting bodied by a singer nigga.
But see, even the
Hold on, what
R&B
we talking about?
comment,
Meek Mill and Drake?
even the R&B comment, that's still a pass. That's what I'm saying. Like if it like, because I looked at it like this. When he came out and he said it, damn the money, damn the label. That man said when you was on his album, you didn't provide your own lyrics. You had other people writing it. So when you come out with the charged up, so you placating to the fans and Twitter and all that, and so everybody's like, "Oh, he killing them, he smashing them." Yo, I'm on you on your girls too. That's not what he talking about. That's not what he talking about. We talking about you not writing your music. So let's answer that question: is that true or false?
Is this a world tour? Is girls tour?
But now the only thing is though, as a whole, all right, let's just look at Drake for what he was at that time, right? Did we really care that he's not writing the raps talking about flaws, singing this, that, and the third? It wasn't like he was killing niggas and selling a whole bunch of coke and playing the gangster role. You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
kind of looked at him as he
The
was a
nigga he
rapper,
is.
but he was a singer. So he was like something that we just looked at as like a artist, right? Man, we don't really give a fuck about that. We know you're not gangster. So at this point, we don't really give a fuck if you living that life. Because of your notoriety and your star status, you probably are living this flashy, flamboyant life. You got mad chicks, you got mad money, you got private plane. Yeah. So no matter who wrote it, that was still his life. So it didn't really matter to a lot of people. It was just the fact that, and, I'm a Philly dude, so I'm always ride for Philly to a certain point. But it was just the fact that it was Meek at the time calling Drake out. But if you really think about it, who suffered the most out of that beef? It was the nigga that wrote for Drake, the nigga that just caught strays from every which way. Like, that nigga Quentin Miller could have really been something had it not been for me doing that. And had it not been for Drake really stand. Well, Drake didn't stand up for this nigga like that. But Quentin Miller suffered the most out of all of that shit.
So
Two
that
niggas.
showed that Meek won. That showed that Meek had him right, and that's what I'm saying. Like
Nah,
that's
you know
still
what? That doesn't really show that. That doesn't show that Meek or Drake won. That just shows that Quentin lost.
no, yeah. It
Yeah,
shows
because
it
I'm gonna be
shows his
honest with you.
loss.
You
It
know what I'm
shows
Real
saying?
his
shit.
loss,
That's the
but
Drake
it
never
last.
went
shows.
on to do what Drake and Meek went on to fucking do. And this nigga look, and to be honest about it, the nigga Quentin Miller really lost because shortly after that he got into like some wild ass accident and had to get one of his limbs amputated. Like, bro, this nigga took a loss on every fucking accord.
But what it shows though, at the end of the day, you could still you a person ain't gotta come out and say it, but actions show. So when you drop Quid Miller, okay, that show it's not about winning, but it shows that that man had you right. He had you right. And again, it all we going back to, well, we don't really look at no. You rap, you claim that you dope, you claim that you the best. Okay, we holding you to that standard. I'm not saying that everybody don't get assistance. I'm not saying that. We all
Mm-hmm.
understand that it takes a group. Shit, we collab and do stuff. But what I am saying is when you got 20, 30, 40 people and they don't all have to be sitting in a room, but they gotta touch so many hands and touch, bro, that shit ain't got no other thing
But
but to be
again,
dope.
but
But to be
again,
dope.
we
So it's like,
talking about R&B.
but no,
It's
that's not even still
different.
R&B. I mean, because your boy, what's his name? The dude we
But
Drake, we talking about. He had 79, what he had on views, and he had 71 or something like 70 writers on the entire album. So it's like,
but again, we talking about Drake. So I look, literally we could put Drake in the pop category, to be
Nah, that
honest
nigga
with you.
is pop. But
Yeah,
I'm not
that's what
gonna
I'm
lie to you.
saying.
That nigga, that project that Quentin Miller helped him, that Quentin Miller wrote for him, that was Drake's last great body of work.
You probably right. That nigga Quentin Miller
Just
was
to be
nasty, and
honest,
that's why I
that
feel like he
that
caught the
that fucking
bag under the stick, bro.
if you reading this, you're late was
Yes.
like one of his last, like you could run straight through it and don't change nothing.
Nigga, if
Maybe
I was
one
Quentin Miller,
song.
I'd have so much beef with fucking Meek, bro. Like, we would never
Yeah,
get
like
no
me
beefing.
fucked
Whether I
that up
got to,
because like that's
yeah. Nigga, if I got one leg or one arm, nigga, we beefing to the end.
Drake ain't the only rap out there. I guarantee you that man probably, we don't have to know everybody's moves,
Oh,
dog.
no, that's,
We don't know if that man right for
no,
nobody
that's a
right now.
guarantee, nigga. But
We don't know
it'll
that.
never be the same. It'll never be the same, bro. And we know that
But
by the,
that's what I'm
well,
saying. But that's what I'm saying though, mental. By you saying it don't never be the same, that's what I mean. That's a popular person. We look at he's revered as the top, the GOAT, the greatest. So anytime when the greatest get a stain, oh man, well, no, it could be. But if it's somebody that's not really as great or somebody that's not really as popular, it's easy to throw them in the dirt. Just like we said, okay, Drake not really living that life, but okay, he make that music or whatever. Let a local cat come out and he making some music. Oh man, you ain't really living that, bro. Where your chain and you don't be doing it. You niggas checking you at every turn
that's
because
why
it's the
niggas is
who.
winding up dead.
Because it's the who. We be looking at it's always about the message, the messenger. Like somebody could give a powerful message. If it's coming from the person we don't like, man, dismissing that. dismissing that. But if it's coming from somebody we like, oh yeah, I'm taking that. That's
Nah,
gospel.
that's facts, and that's all. You know what? But though, but on the real, that's all walks of life. Whether you white, black, Christian, Protestant, gay, trans, nigga, that's just life in general. Like that's so far outside of music. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is, bro. That's the times we live in right now.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a way bigger conversation in music. It just happens to trickle down into every aspect of life that we are trying to enjoy, which takes away from some of the joy that we were trying to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a real shit. Like, damn, man, like this shit depressing.
That's real though. That is. That just shit I be peeping though, dogs. He be like popular person says like, oh well, hold up, yeah, well, hold up. You know what I'm saying? But nigga that you don't like say something, nigga be on their ass quick as a butter. Nigga don't let up.
And see, and that's why though, you know, you really got to look at like because it's all social media, right? But at the same time, yeah, social media is trying to do the programming, but you got to look at the people that allow themselves to be programmed. The niggas that be like, yo,
The
ain't no good music
sheeple.
out here. Yo, exactly, the sheeple. Yo, ain't no good music out here. Yo, ain't no good black men out here. Yo, baby daddies ain't shit. Yo, bitches ain't shit. Man, it depends on what you're
But
listening
hoes and
to, who
tricks.
you're fucking with. Like, come on, man. It's a lot of choices out here. You gotta do you.
Real spill, dog. You right. Absolutely.
You got to do you. All right, fuck the radio. You know what? We got streaming services. We got playlists. We got your phone is a computer. Nigga, load up what you want to listen to. Who gives a fuck what's playing on the radio? Who gives a
I'm
fuck if
about
your
to tell
baby
you.
daddy wasn't shit? There's another dude or there's another woman out here that is good. Like
You know
y'all
what's
need
so
to just
funny?
be listening to dumb shit.
What make it to the radio actually starts on a playlist.
Now, yeah, now.
When you think about it,
Well, kind of, sort
every
of,
song
not
that's
really.
high, that's now don't get me wrong, you
I
got
think the
some songs
playlist
that
is
just gonna
based off
fall
of
in
the radio.
rotation because of the name and the money. You got some songs that's gonna fall in rotation based off of the name and the money. But
But
when
it's
you
because the
look at like
labels is in
newer
bed with the
songs,
playlist shit.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you look at newer songs that make it to the radio, that shit coming straight from a playlist.
Yeah, that's because they all in bed with each other. It's
And
you
the
know, it's business
playlist is
dealings.
owned by guess who? The labels.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This shit go hand in hand.
What's that Spotify playlist? It's the
All of them.
first one that pop up. Nah, it's the very
All of them.
first one that pop up. It's a rap one, but like basically rap caveat. If
Yeah,
you
that
on
shit
rap
on title and
caveat,
all that.
put it like this: the first 10 songs on rap caveat is probably the 10 hottest songs in hip hop in like in the world right now.
But
Like that's
again,
the
by
shit
whose
that
standards?
matters.
Yeah, which is whack.
True.
King Bean, what you doing?
Yep.
Come on, man. I'm trying to get my pod on. Go, go. Go upstairs. Come on, go.
So even with
Go
this, since
drink.
we on to the writers convo, we could segue into the next one since we already talking about writers. Ghostwriters have been speaking out lately. In
Yeah, that shit been funny right there. That
go
shit been
ahead.
funny right
Speaking
there.
out about what? Speaking out about what?
Just having more of the conversation of showing their face on who is the top ghostwriters in hip hop and who is the ghostwriters.
But see why? You
Like
might
who that
fuck up your
nigga?
bag, Quentin Miller style. Even though Quentin Miller didn't fuck
I
up his
don't
bag.
think the people I don't think the people who show their face so far will fuck their bag up. I think their bag is safe. Shout out to Prince, Consequence, and Mace.
If Mace keep doing these interviews, he might fuck his own bag up.
I don't know. I
Nigga
don't know.
talking, he
But
talking all that shit and then talking about, yo, so you own the Masters? Oh, that's a different conversation. All right, man.
true. But let me ask this question, just based off of the last conversation we had. When you look at R&B and B and how we judge ghostwriting, why we don't judge it the same way at hip hop? Because of the people that we
because of what
more
hip hop
likely who
represents.
accept. But watch this: the people that who really getting ghost written and shit are really getting a lot of these big hits. A lot of these niggas ain't writing their own shit. A lot of these
No, a
niggas.
lot of these niggas, but it's different when, all right, let's say a Nas, right? Everything that Nas wrote about, he either did or seen or was like literally right there for it. He might not have pulled the trigger, he might not have killed nobody, whatever, but he might have seen somebody pull the trigger, kill somebody. So it's still the experience. But if you are literally in hip hop, if you're literally, let's say you from Connecticut, but you writing a story from a nigga from the West Coast, unless you're Dr. Dre, that shit ain't really acceptable. No, you can't tell me about gang banging because you came from Connecticut or Boston or Philly or whatever. So you don't really know the intricacies of gang banging, and
But
I'm not
let's
really
say
trying
he
to
don't
hear that.
write that type of song, and he just write a fucking party song, and that bitch hit it. It's about weed or some
But
shit, and that bitch
okay,
hit it, and
but
it
then
vibe out.
do we consider that hip hop or do we just consider that party music or whatever? Like that's what I'm saying. There's
But
different
that's what I'm.
levels, there's different genres.
But that's what I'm saying,
We
because
probably
it's
saying the
like
same
you
shit.
just no, we really are. Because like just think about it in a sense of like this. Just think about it in the sense of like this. And you take all the gang banging, all the real life aspect out of it, and you say, you know what? I just want a real good song. Like I want something for the club, a real good song. This don't have nothing to be personal. It's just about a night that could happen for anybody, a random night. A
It
person
don't
write
matter
that
where it's
bitch, but
from.
you just
Agreed.
perform it real good. Is that something to be like blasphemy? Because it's just because it's not personal, but it's a real good song. Because think about it, some
Unless it's
people can
pain.
write good songs, but they don't have the voice or the talent or the skill enough to perform it. Where you have some people who are not that great of a writer, but they have the presence, the vocal tone, and everything to deliver
Well,
the song the
that's the
proper
Puff
way.
Daddies. That's the Puff Daddies. That's the Dr. Dre's. That's the whoever produces this shit or executive produces it. You know that's that lane right there. But I also feel like unless you really on some like shoot 'em up bang bang shit, yeah, somebody could write a party song for another rapper. I mean, like we said, Hove wrote that shit for Dre and Snoop. Snoop is a well respected MC. Most people, you know what I'm saying, wouldn't accept that from somebody else. But because it's Snoop and we know what Snoop is capable of, we don't give a fuck that Jay-Z wrote that. Snoop delivered, Dr. Dre delivered, Jay-Z delivered. It's a smash.
But why we view it like that, and when you really look at it,
Because it's street
it's
life versus entertainment for real in hip hop. Like we keeping this shit
I ain't gonna
strictly
lie.
hip hop. Coolio could get
Is
away
that
with niggas writing for him. Dub C
why?
can't get away for niggas write for him, even
Because
though
we
Dub
know
C
Dub
comes from
C
Cool.
to write.
Well, look, but look, Dub C comes from Coolio's camp. It was Coolio, and Dub C was the nigga that was under him. If you really know the history, but we know what Dub C represented from the gate. We also look at Coolio a certain way. So even if Coolio was a gangbanging nigga, he didn't present himself as that. Dub C was that nigga in that set. So we look at it different.
So
Coolio could
all
get
right,
shit written for
so
him, Dub C can't. Unless it's Mac 10 or Ice Cube write for him.
if you're all right, so we gonna say this. If you're
Do that shit
not
make sense
a
though?
rapper, yeah, it makes sense. So what we saying is this: if you're not a rapper, you just an entertainer. It's okay for a nigga to write for you. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're if you're a fucking a rapper, now you got to be able to write your own lyrics straight out the gate.
If you're a lyricist, if you are somebody that
So what
comes
about a
from the
nigga like
culture,
Kanye? What about a nigga like Kanye? Because we know that you got niggas who write for him, but we also know that Kanye could write his own lyrics.
okay, so my argument for Kanye is always going to be this. Lucifer, top of the morning. You heard that, right?
Hmm Oh
Whose
yeah,
song is that?
I already know where this going.
Whose song is that on
That's
credit?
Jay-Z.
Okay. Whose song is that for real?
That's Kanye's song.
Exactly. Niggas like us know. The consumer don't know that. They didn't see the clip of Kanye spitting his verse and his hook on that and Jay-Z being like, yo, let me get that. And then it
We gotta
became
get
that.
these devils
And
on
the
my line.
dog,
Yeah, we
that's
wanna get. Now
Kanye. You
that
know what
is
I'm
a
saying?
Kanye flow though, right there.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's exactly what the fuck
Hey, I
I'm
ain't gonna
saying.
lie, but that goes into like that was around that time when Hov was just taking niggas flows and shit. He was doing Drake before Drake.
And don't
I'm
get
just
either one
saying.
of us wrong. Hove was killing all of that. He was killing everything. But some of them songs was coming from inspiration from somebody else. Whether it was Cam,
Yeah.
whether it was Kanye, whether it was Lil Chris, whether it was whoever.
But I don't think I don't. But
We
all right,
know
so
that
watch
the
this.
consumer don't.
But so I'm gonna say this, and I'm just being honest. I don't think that in that moment that was a bad thing, just due to the
It
simple
wasn't.
fact
It's still
he
not. Not
let the
even to this day, it's not.
producer he let the producer produce him.
And his verses was Jay-Z verses. The hook just wound up being what Kanye already
Yeah,
had and it
like
just was
he let
held. But no, Hov wrote that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like he let the producer produce the track. Like I'm
But
gonna let you just
what
take
we
full
look, but
leeway
what we
and
both saying is if Kanye never would have spit that in the studio, we never would
I
have
don't
got
think
that song.
Lucifer would have been yeah, Lucifer
You're
wouldn't have
right.
been like that.
Because Kanye wouldn't have presented that beat. Kanye wouldn't have did them fucking verses and that rhyme and that hook. And that shit would have never been birthed. So you gotta give all credit to Kanye.
Okay, but with yeah, 'cause they both artists. So yeah, I wouldn't technically consider them a ghost writer. Have they wrote
No, no,
songs
not at all.
before? Yeah, yeah. But
Right.
like we were saying with the with ghost writing, like because like honestly, I let me see.
Like the dream. So you know,
A
all right,
few years
here we
ago.
go.
Hey, hold on, let me. It was
All
a
right, go ahead,
few
my bad.
years ago. I think I can't remember when it was though. But anyway, shit, I had discovered that I didn't know that Consequence and Sci High was writing for Kanye. So I was like,
Yes.
dang, that was pretty interesting. So at, technically, I consider them ghost writers. So now that they are like speaking
Consequence will
out.
tell you he's a songwriter, not a
And,
ghostwriter.
and guess what? And guess what? Shahai said that Kanye never listed him as a ghostwriter. He always listed him as a consultant.
No, no, yeah, right. I mean, I'm I could
Now, now I
I had
understand what you're
considered,
saying.
yeah.
Like he was his ghostwriter, but
And
that's what
so
he said. Like he never listed him as that. But go ahead.
my thing is like if you come out and you let it be known that you wrote something, are you technically considered a ghostwriter? Because like with
No,
Jay Z didn't say anything about Still Dre. He didn't say anything, and so technically he never really was like, oh yeah, I wrote that, you know what I'm saying? Like once Snoop and Dre let that be known, it was like, oh, okay. So he goes or he wrote a song. He's a songwriter. And I think sometimes even like the consumers or the audience, we do confuse the two words. Like, can people write songs? Absolutely. But like ghostwriters, you don't like
you don't
Quentin
know.
Miller. Didn't know Quentin Miller. Did never knew
Nope.
Quentin Miller existed. That was so technically he was a ghostwriter. And even when Meek has said something, I don't think he even mentioned his name. I can't remember, but I don't think he mentioned his
No, he
name.
did. He did.
Oh, okay, he did. Okay, yeah. So he mentioned his name. So
Nah, he put that nigga on Front Street.
Yeah, he put him on the front
He gave
street,
that
and it
nigga more
killed his
light than
career.
Drake did, but it
Yep.
backfired.
But it backfired.
it only yeah, and it backfired because a popular person got outed. So once the popular
Yep.
person say tell everybody, oh, I don't mess with him, don't mess with him. So that's what it really is. So that's why I say it speaks to like the mindset because people be getting so mad and angry these days. Like, so just because we found out that he wrote something, you don't want the man to get no more bread. So you telling everybody, okay, nobody messes with him and leave. Like that's even more corny. Like you stopping somebody's bag because they got
Facts.
that's come on, man.
That's corny as shit. That's corny. Like That nigga Quentin Miller should have literally blew up. Like, oh, he giving out hits like that. Oh, that's who did that. He should have got the bag.
He
But
should have, yeah, he should have been on the floor. He should have been in front of the camera.
yep, but for whatever reason, he got shitted on, and Drake and Meek went on to do whatever Drake and Meek went on to do. You know what I'm
So
saying? And it's
it's crazy
unfortunate.
because what if Drake has someone to write back to back?
Oh, nigga, wouldn't that be wild if the story came out?
Right. That he has somebody to write back to back, and it's like you shitted on one of my writers. Nigga, I just got a whole backup. Like I don't think people realize that Drake had one of the best machines that hip hop has ever seen.
Nigga, it's like it's basically the extension of Young Money, Cash Money.
Yeah, but it's different. Like, dog, you can't. All right, let's be honest. Name an artist over the course of a decade that won every time he dropped. Over the course of a decade, that was successful. No flops, no nothing. I know
Well, we might have
he's
to
the
go
only
back
one.
past 20 years. Yeah, you know what I'm
I
saying? We might have
know
to go
that's
back.
what I'm saying. I know he's the only one. Every time he dropped the accolades speak for itself. The nigga the LeBron James of fucking hip hop at this moment. When you look at the accolades,
He
like
might be the
this
Michael
nigga's
Jordan,
always winning. Uh, he don't have enough classics to be Jordan,
but classics for who?
huh?
Classics for who?
Drake. He don't have enough
No,
classics.
no,
He
no, no,
don't have
no.
enough.
No. What I mean is classics for
For the
us.
generation wise,
Yeah, for us or for them.
yeah, that's argumentative because it's like the only
You're
classics
right.
that
It's
I think Drake
argumentative.
have is the second one and mm, mm, um, what's the one with his head in the clouds with pound
Oh,
cake on it?
Nothing was the same. Nothing was the same.
Nothing was the same. That was them two to me personally.
hmm
I don't know. Some people say views, but hey, he ain't got six. I think he like on the sixth album now, so he ain't there yet on the classic wise. But accolades, awards, there's no other artist that have more awards than this nigga right now, unless you're talking Grammys, and that's just a
hmm
select few that have, Grammys of a high caliber. But I ain't gonna lie, the ghostwriting shit is something is interesting because it's more like what's wrong with an R&B artist getting help with, we're not gonna say help with lyrics, help with just excuse me, help with delivering a good song, a great song.
Nothing. Yeah,
Like
that's why I
what's
can hold it
wrong with
against him.
that? Right, because technically that's all it is. Not saying that the idea that you had by yourself for this song, you take it to the studio and you working with these high level people and you're like, you know what? Let me present this idea to them. You present this idea and you're like, you know what? Someone be like, man, you can put this right here, you can add this in before you know it. It just turns to a whole group thing. But you are the performer. And now the song is bigger than what you thought it was gonna be. What's wrong with that? Because that's what honestly, that's what Drake do. People present him with people present him with ideas and vice versa. So I don't feel like it's something wrong with having the ideas and just being creative. But when you do that, you can't sit there and take the title or take the claim of saying that you're the greatest rapper, you're the top rapper in the game. That title should not come nowhere. You should be nowhere close to it.
A
But
lot of
does
these
he actually
tracks
say that?
also go through a lot of these tracks also go through focus groups before they're released too. So that's another thing to consider. So you paying people to listen to a song and get their opinion. So then based on what the people saying, you're gonna go back and you know what I'm saying. So like that. That's yeah. Like when I be talking about Ghostwriter, I'm talking about somebody like got a whole song laid out for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just gonna not just one song, like more than one song. It's like dudes just pumping them out for you, like pause, but just like okay, here go another one, here go another one, here go another one, here go another one, and you just going in there. Oh, all right. So say it like okay, no, so flip. Okay, yeah, like okay, I might as well just hit a dude that's right in it. But it is
But at
what
the
it
same
is.
time, like Quentin Miller, if you heard those Quentin Miller references, it didn't hit like the Drake shit hit.
And that's what I was about to say. Because when you look at the music aspect, we only viewing it from the artist performance standpoint. When you view it from the writer standpoint, I probably can't deliver it the way that you want to, but this artist can deliver this song the right way.
Or it's a reference track, so I don't have to deliver it with much. It's a reference track.
Right,
You gotta deliver it. All I
right.
gotta
Like
do
I
is
right,
give
like
you
nigga,
the
I had
outline.
this idea
Yeah.
because based off of the way that you do songs, that you could like this song go work for you. And guess what? When you listen to that, nothing was the same. Not nothing was the same. If you're reading this too late, that shit delivered. That shit hit. And nothing is wrong with that because when you look at like R&B songs, like dog, it could be a song that everybody covered from the 60s all the way up to 2000s or something. Same song. There's plenty of songs like that floating around. But selective people have the right version of the song just based off of the way that they sound. Now it might not be ghostwriting because it's a cover, but you actually sing the same song that someone else wrote. It's not your song. And you made a hit up from
Yeah, because like even what was the guy's name? The early like the earlier ghostwriters, the Milli Vanilli guys. You know what I'm saying? They wrote, they sung the actual song, you know what I'm saying? Well, we know how the story go. But, those guys, it was kind of hard for them afterwards. And it always kind of that interests me. And it's like, damn, why when the people get found out, it's like nobody wants to deal with them no more. Y'all already got them in the background. Why you don't want to keep them in the background?
because
I think the
sometimes
thing
some
with
people become
Milli
bitter.
Vanilli,
Like
they didn't sing them.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm just talking about like when it was found out that those dudes, what I'm saying, they could write. I don't think they went on to like have people write, had them write for other people because it was like, oh well, y'all really could sing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really could write, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Seeing as
Hmm.
like what happened to them.
Well, shit. What up next?
I about to say, cause nah, nigga, cause this shit was a flop, nigga. Everything they wrote after that shit was trash.
Oh, okay.
Nigga,
I appreciate it.
I watched the documentary on them niggas. Everything they wrote after that shit was garbage, trash, and they couldn't make it.
Oh, okay. Damn. So they actually
Nah,
did have a chance.
they had a second chance. They nigga gave them a second and third chance, but it was just like downhill. Like everything was overseas. They ain't make
Oh,
it back
okay.
in America.
Oh, appreciate that fun fact. That is Frank dropping fun facts. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Fun fact, Frank. That thing. Shit. Got for the next one. The next y'all seen that Mace interview? Check that out.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, I
interesting.
seen that.
Man, it's
That
pretty
was pretty
interesting.
interesting. That was
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, cause like it all started with Favi, you know what I'm saying? Favi talking about he only got like 5K. And then at the time when I heard that, I was like, "Damn, dog, you only got 5K." But I mean, at the end, I mean that you can pay that back, so it's like, okay, that's not that bad. Then when Mace get this going to his side of the story, he like, "Well, nah, I fixed it to where, he got this much, I got that much." So I'm like, "Oh, so it was more to the story, man." So just thought that was crazy.
Nigga gave him 750,000. How the hell you get off by 745,000? You tell people your contract was only 5 bands, but this person show documents are giving you a total of $750,000.
Cloud chasing, thinking the nigga wasn't gonna speak up for himself.
Yeah, he thought Mace was just gonna be Mace. Nah, this a different Mace. Like that's interesting because it's like it was that something that he need to say after like and it shows ain't like Mace also shows something else. You need to pay attention what you say on these tracks. Cause how many times like on the track he says something about Mace helping him and you just try to shit on this man within 1 hour. But it's
Word.
time of you saying that yo Mace changed my life, Mace helped me with this, Mace did this and Mace did that. So it's like, yo, was that even worth it? Because now you got niggas looking at you sideways now for no reason at all.
Hmm. And I appreciate Mace, man, because Mace, like most people had, would assume that, since Puff had kind of messed him over, he was gonna turn around and do that to Five. So I was happy that he actually, once he explained everything, he was like, nah, I put money in his pocket. I'm like, well, damn, dog, he really did, look out. And when he got to talking about what happened with him and Puff, I was like, damn, dog, that's kind of jacked up. You know what I'm saying? Like when he like the part to stick out when he was like, he was doing all the music, he was doing all the favors, going make runs for Big and Puff and shit like that, and doing the No Way Out and all that, writing all the music, wasn't getting paid. And he was like, damn, it was like homie wanted to keep him at the bottom. Like he wanted to keep him just a test. So that's like, it's like, when you listen to it, it's like, damn, dog, like why is it? Because I remember him asking a while back on Twitter, like about him asking for his masters from Puff. It's like, why do not complain about the music business and how wrong it do us, and then we turn around and do it to our brothers and our sisters? It's crazy.
First of all, that nigga was complaining about how Diddy do bad business, slick side it. And I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna say that we always do that, but I just feel like for the most part, some people only do what they train and know how to do. So it's not like the simple fact that someone done it to them. It's the simple fact how they was taught their job. Like some people just do what they taught to do.
Yeah, yeah, that's understandable. But go ahead, man.
Especially for the contracts at that time. At that time,
Yeah, and them contracts were shitty back then too.
Yeah, they were, and like when he like, and then they had some his Puff mom had came out. And she told Mace like keep her son name out of his mouth. It's like, you know what I'm saying. That's one of those things where it's like, because it all started with Five. He's saying he got, only five or whatever. I think it's one of those things where where it's like we need those people in the culture, like, to have those discussions live, so well people could get understanding like what's going on and what truly happened. You know what I'm saying? Because all the you get one person on this show, they get to hear to say their side. Other person respond with a tweet. They probably go on another show, get their side, but you hardly ever get both parties in the same room having those conversations, addressing those difficult questions. Because it's like both sides probably have a point, but I'm like, if you do look at the history, Bad Boy don't have no, they don't really have nobody, outside of Diddy that's just, doing excelling. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see
And you never will.
it. You say you never will, damn. Yeah,
Now,
it's
honestly,
crazy.
outside of Big, you can't name another rap artist that did anything good next to Diddy. Maybe French Montana. One and you're done.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, man. Cause
But Mace left music for different reasons too. We can't front.
true. Oh yeah,
It
absolutely. I'm
wasn't
glad
all
you
puff,
addressed that.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was some street shit going on. Nigga got ran out of wherever. So, you got to look at everything in its totality.
Yeah, absolutely right. That's why I'm glad you brought that up because you know what I'm saying that and could that possibly have played a part in it too? Like, damn, bro, you finessed the dude so bad, you know what I'm saying? He had to go change his whole life around. I'm not saying that Puff is solely responsible because at the end of the day, Mace has to make his own decisions and choices, But that is an interesting point to it to bring up in the topic because that happened twice, I believe, right? Didn't he go? He left. He came back. He left, and he came back because when he came
Yeah,
back
he
the second
went.
time, it was
Yeah.
G.
He got ran out. He went and became a preacher. He came back. He left again, you know what I'm saying, on his own accord or some shit. But yeah, it's like, it's a lot of shit behind that. It wasn't all just puff.
Right, right, right. That's why I said wish we could get both of them in the same room to address because you can, be able to hash out some of those things. But I guess maybe just not now. The timing's right. The time is not right. So
Nah, not at all.
yeah. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, that's all we got for this week. It was a light week. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, that was quick.
Well, it was a light week. Shit.
I'm over
But
here
we
getting
gotta
ready
play
for the
this.
work week tomorrow, for the work day tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. We gotta
So
play
let me
this
ask you a
video,
question
man.
then. I got a question for you while you setting that up. What would you define? It's a two-sided question. I need y'all to answer it with an artist. What would you define as a GOAT? Like what who would you define a GOAT and why? But like what is a underdog? Like it, is it underdog? Underrated. That's the
Well,
word
for
I'm looking
me,
for.
I'm gonna answer it in one person, two people, a goat and an underdog, both Ransom and Royce the
Oh,
Five
not
Nine.
not underdog. Underrated. But underdog, it's just we could translate it to the
Okay,
same
I'm
thing,
gonna
but
answer
it's
it in
underrated.
two people, Royce and Ransom.
Yeah, I could give you that. Because I was listening to an artist earlier named Mickey Facts, and I was like, yo, lyrically, dude is nice, but it's more on a level of is he's a type of artist that someone would listen to?
Personality plays a lot.
Yeah, like is he's a person that someone would listen to? And then it made me like, as soon as he went off, I just started listening to like Wayne, and I'm like, yo, it's not too like the lyrical ability and the wordplay and shit. It's not too far off, but it's like I guess the popularity really does matters in this game that we play. As far as like what would be an artist who be like, oh, he's underrated, nobody like him, nobody listen to him, but he don't look like everyone else, or he don't dress like everyone else, he don't wear jewelry like everyone else, so you can't place him with everyone else, and it's kind of I say it's messed up, so it just made me think about like, damn, what's the difference between a goat and an underrated artist? Like, what really separates the two?
Popularity.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, because popularity plays a lot in it because if a lot of people know what what I'm saying, that's like with hoops, but I'll keep it with music. That's like we were talking about on earlier, like Drake. It's very popular. You know what I'm saying. So in some cases, he would be considered a goat to some people, and it's understandable. Um, I don't I like what Mental did and use the person because I was like that I was kind of trying to sum it up like that too, but I can't because there's so many artists, and I don't want to leave nobody out. But I'm glad my brother confident with his answer. But like me, I just define a GOAT as like somebody that is, you know what I'm saying, the things that you when you're discussing, it's like it's undeniable, like it's logic, like not like, oh well, you know what I'm saying, anything that's subjective, like things that you can't even like, okay, yeah, shit, okay, 2 plus 2 is 4 on that one. Yep, 1 plus 1 is 2 on that one. Yeah, and 3 and 3 is 6 on that one. So yeah, and all that math is math. Yep, can't say nothing about that. And that's just, for for anything. And I know that can be subjective, because a lot of awards are, paid for and stuff like that. But I'm just talking about like, true, things that just can't be, refuted. Underdog is, that's someone. It's a lot. It's in my opinion, it's a lot of underdogs in music, man. It's a lot of underdogs because it's a lot of people that have a lot of talent that just unfortunately won't be able to get that audience. But it's like a lot of, man, it's a lot of people that are very, very talented. And sometimes it's timing, and sometimes it's faith, and luck and being prepared and stuff like that. And sometimes it's just not, man. But that's all I got.
Yeah, hell yeah.
No, I feel that. I feel that. It just was something that was just trickling through my mind because it was like when you really just look at like the basis of music, like yo, Lloyd Banks just dropped probably, arguably, album of the year.
Oh yeah, we gotta go finish checking that out. Yeah.
But it's like if you're not a Lloyd Banks fan and you just listen to popular artists, you wouldn't be able to agree with it. You'll say I'm tripping because such and such just dropped something and his beats sound good, but the whole album is trash. He's not talking about nothing. It don't make sense. The body of work is not special. Who wants to listen to something that's not special? So it's like, mm, he's not one of those people. Like he's not that popular, but he make great music. And I don't know, man. That's all I got for that, man. Like there ain't nothing too much I can really say no more.
No, it's actually dope, dude. It's actually dope, dog, because that even bringing that up, if to our fan base, they can go ahead and check it out if they haven't already. Lloyd Banks, Cody too, and I'm glad you introduced that topic too because I had saw an interview today on Twitter of Charles Barkley. The guy asked him, if you wasn't 6'5" and playing basketball stuff like that, what would you be doing? And he was like, Charles Barkley responded, he was like, I'd probably be like, welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you? And I'd probably be like, well, how can I help you if I was working at Costco? But he was talking about that though, like underrated. Like it's a lot of people that's talented, and they just won't get that recognition. Sometimes they get robbed from a popular person. They just don't have the machine. They don't have a strong team. They don't have a solid or consistent foundation or stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that be in play. Life, gets in the way. There's a lot of things, man. I just think that was interesting though, because that's true. It's like there's a lot of people in the world that just have so much skill and so much talent. It's just like, how do we get those people noticed? Like, what I'm saying? How do we get them they flower, they rose, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But you got it loaded up yet?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
All right, so we about to premiere the video. Mental the guy, no escape, you dig? Get this ready.
You gotta start that over and make sure we can hear it.
Uh-huh. I'm about to get it ready right now.
where they always try and hop on us. Seem like it's Africa, cause it's way
Gotta
too
hear.
fucking hot for us. Running from the cops every day becomes monotonous. 3 squad cars deep, they don't approach monogamous. All we the popular, they always gotta watch for us. Turn us into snakes, saying that they got a job for us. Supposed to be protected, but never wanna die for us. Changing up the facts, and now these faggots wanna lie on us. They wanna take offense when we fight and they get dropped for us. They wanna take our lives and shoot us when they get shot for us. We don't cooperate, they load and lock in us. Explode and blow shots at us, reload and throw shots at us. Hey yo, it's no escape from the watchful eye.
Mental.
Hey yo, they watching us, just like the Fox News binoculars. The cops get the drop on us, they lay in the metropolis, doing all they can to change this world in the eyes for us. It's so preposterous how they always try and plot on us. Feel like a pogo stick, where they always try and hop on us. Seem like it's Africa, cause it's way too fucking hot for us. Running from the cops every day becomes monotonous. 3 squad cars deep, they don't approach monogamous. All we the popular, they always gotta watch for us. Turn us into snakes, saying that they got a job for us. Supposed to be protected, but never wanna die for us. Changing up the facts, and now these faggots wanna lie on us. They wanna take offense when we fight and they get dropped for us. They wanna take our lives and shoot us when they get shot for us. We don't cooperate, they load and lock on us. Explode and blow shots at us, reload and throw shots at us. Hey yo, it's no escape from the watchful eye of the Jake. 5-0 pick snakes, one time let it get chased. Make no mistake, right upon your shoulder there's a weight. Take heed to the words I create, there's no escape. There's no escape from the watchful eye of the Jake. 5-0 pick snakes, one time let it get chased. Make no mistake, right upon your shoulder there's a weight. Take heed to the words I create, there's no escape. Throw us behind bars, thinking that you got a lock on us. Kill or be killed is a motto we adopt, because inside the belly of the beast, really there ain't no stopping us. Now we caged animals, dogging the very hearts of us. During the daytime, you're making threats that you'll bring home to us. Walk the night shift, your nightstick straight scarring us. Lights out, 9:30, block becomes dark to us. Vegetation rights revoke, you trying to make a hard for us. Y'all guards talking shit, hoping that you can start with us. When we make a move, you fuck us up, there's no regard for us. Rockets jumping off, man, you don't break it up, because you know if there's a war, you seals are fucking lost to us. If you had your way, the coroner be putting chalk in us. It's written all over your face and how you talk to us. We don't cooperate, you're gonna swarm and flock in us. Get a lot of cops in us and get some more cops. Hey yo, there's no escape from the watchful eye of the Jake. 5-0 pick snakes, one time let it get chased. Make no mistake, right upon your shoulder there's a weight. Take heed to the words I create, there's no escape. There's no escape from the watchful eye of the Jake. 5-0 pick snakes, one time let it get chased. Make no mistake, right upon your shoulder there's a weight. Take heed to the words I create, there's no escape.
It's so hard out here on the block. Pocket full of rock, ducking from the cops. So hard at my 9 to 5. Will a nigga find it hard to survive? So hard out here on the block. Pocket full of rock, ducking from the cops. So hard at my 9 to 5. Where a nigga can't speak is my love.
Straight fucking fire. Straight fire.
Like I say, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. Mental Guy,
Yes,
No
sir.
Escape. It's on YouTube. Mental Guy, you see his name down there. Go ahead and just type that in. No Escape. Pull that up. Run that up for. Run that up. What you got, Frank? What you got for the people?
Shit, man. The only thing I got for him is just telling them be cool. Make sure that
Mm.
y'all follow me on IG Frank underscore fingers FINGZ. Hey, if y'all need beats, reach out to me. Anything outside of that, hey, just leave it in the DMs, my people.
All day, all day. And you can find me at all things. Joe Numbers, HHM, Instagram and Twitter. Culture on the Corner, YouTube. Go and subscribe. We'll be tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. Corner Street Rap episode 18 on air
Yes,
18.
sir.
This is What's the Deal, episode 9. We still a youngin' out here. We 9. We, you know what I'm saying? We're in the
Man,
fourth
man,
grade,
we
fifth
getting
grade.
there. We getting there, man. We
Yeah, we in
getting
the
there.
fourth, fifth grade on What's the Deal. Sorry, we moving up through the school system. Yeah, tomorrow we gonna be seniors. Look on the other show, we seniors. But yeah, man, you
Oh,
can catch us tomorrow, Corner Street Rap, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, 11 p.m. Eastern.
and let me say this. Hey, don't forget to go share the video, go like it, go subscribe to Mental the God. And yo, so shout out to my brother for putting together an amazing piece of work. Hey, like it.
Yes, sir. So we're going about to head out this thing. Catch y'all next Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Gonna leave y'all with that morning pain. We're gonna head out.
Yes, sir.
It's hard days in that concrete jungle. Don't be humble, speak up on the struggle. Shorty independent, spent 350 on the frontal. Old man lives in the game, just like a frontal. 13 with a hammer, 100 pack bundle. Said he could double a double, well that's trouble. Caught it off the bubble before the glass even got the rubble. Well that's life, my nigga, it's all hustle. That's life in the hood. Got a clutch on life, transmission all good. Got a destination out of here. Old head talking that shit, nigga, get out of here. If you got a plan, better execute. Niggas jump in head first. Shorty got no parachute. Youngin' on the line and that nigga got a parachute. Downtown motherfucker in the boot. We the root. Babe, we ain't keys from the bottom motherfucking roof. When they say the block is hot, the hood in flames. Take claims when these bitch ass niggas singing names. Someone on T got morning pain. Before her morning pain. That's my nigga, he'll never get the morning again. Block is hot, the hood in flames. Take claims when these bitch ass niggas singing names. Someone on T got morning pain. Before her morning pain. That's my nigga, he'll never get the morning again.
Never have to shed a tear, forever locked, remaining focused. Plead the fifth, ain't dishing nuggets. I'm not Nikola Jokic. Hood so ferocious, they eating those who precocious. It's filling up with vultures, the culture gets so explosive like it's Dr. Dre and track 6. Nate was on the melody. Corrupt hitting men doing dirt, but dodging felonies. Somewhere out there settling in the hills, not Beverly. On the lowest, the keys, real player, but not Bellamy. Fulfilling out their destiny, conscious, cool, and pleasantly. I'm cooking up a recipe to end them next to the death of it. Cause how I'm feeling presently, pulling up unexpectedly. Going out and raged and pulling that trigger secondly. And nigga always told me that pressure been known to bust pipes. Hit him with mama cooking. Word to my nigga bust like knowing what's wrong and rush right. Refusing to pick a side. The hesitation waiting resulted in my demise.
Call it ambulance. Shorty got shot, his blood leaking. Last week he started tweaking, saying everyone's a op. Lil' shorty keep a Glock. Other day he upped it on a nigga, but he didn't pop. Just yelled out, yo, this my corner, nigga. Smacked him with the butt of the gun. Like this a warning, nigga. One more time, we like guys. You'll be a goner, nigga. You and all your niggas will catch a bullet like a target, nigga. You feel this pain that I fostered, nigga. Shorty bugging out, it wasn't even beef. That nigga wasn't his op, he was just walking down the street. But what Shorty didn't know was that nigga Pops was a G. The type to pop on police and leave bodies under a sheet. Once word got back, he snapped, said 50 stacks for his head. For real, I mean, just bring it back. I can't chill, I won't sleep until y'all niggas bring me that. 3 days later, paramedics can't bring it back.
When they say the block is hot, the hood in flames. Take claims when these bitch ass niggas singing names. Someone on T got morning pain. Before her morning pain. That's my nigga, he'll never get the morning again. Block is hot, the hood in flames. Take claims when these bitch ass niggas singing names. Someone on T got morning pain. Before her morning pain. That's my nigga, he'll never get the morning again.
Yes. Morning Pain, Frank Fink, Joe Nunn, Mental the God. Culture on the mother corner. dope as fuck, you hear me? Ha. Yes, sir. Gonna fuck with y'all next week, you hear me? Y'all know the
Yes,
time, y'all gonna
sir.
know the place. Pull up to the corner and come fuck with your people.
Yes, sir, man. Come fuck with your boy.
Peace.